The needs of our planet were greater than she could supply. So we went beyond the reaches of our atmosphere. The new frontier offered the promise of a new beginning. But the distance gave way to a movement with no connection to the place we call home. New rules, new ambitions, a new enemy. The Settlement Defense Front built an army and broke away from the Earth with blood and violence. They aren't revolutionaries. They want absolute power. They raid colonies, take resources, and control territories by force. They use their fleet to block us from raw materials we need to survive. Their mission is to erase everything Earthborn. Today, the SDF is a war machine, ruled by its military. If a leader united that force, they would mobilize and try to take our homeland.
Warlord, this is Scar 1, standing by for tasking.
Copy 1-1. One of our weapons facilities is under attack by the SDF. We believe this is part of an operation codenamed Raya. Intel suggests their target is a prototype weapon. Your team will extract the...
Hey guys, Kirk here, and today is going to be about the first episode of what I thought, and today would be about what I thought Infinite Warfare was going to be about, and what I thought Infinite Warfare was going to be. So let's get into it. Before 2016, we all thought 2016 COD was going to be Ghost 2, because it ended on a cliffhanger. But as the weeks and weeks were most likely pointing to a futuristic setting as more of them came out, I kinda figured that at the time I still had faith for a Ghost 2, but at the time, as the weeks came out, I knew we were getting another futuristic Call of Duty. The campaign in Infinite Warfare was about humans running out of resources and exploring other planets to build settlements and gather resources for humanity. Well, one group called the Settlement Defense Front wants to rule space and Earth and have power. And Infinite Warfare had a really good single-player campaign. It's the best out of the futuristic CODs with the jumping and wall running and all that stuff. Infinite Warfare was also set in 2080. But what I thought Infinite Warfare was going to be, I thought it was going to be out of this world futuristic, far into the future. Like, well, Infinite Warfare sort is, but I mean like 30-something. And with aliens, I thought aliens were going to be the main antagonists of Infinite Warfare. Instead of people versus people, I thought Infinite Warfare was going to feature aliens with their own technology, talk and shoot their own alien weapons. Well, people had futuristic weapons as well, robots and some modern weapons. Robots, gravity grenades, and which there was. Infinite Warfare did have a lot of futuristic weapons, laser guns, some modern weapons but made futuristic, and there was drones, gadgets, and what I also thought there would be at the time that I didn't mention in my Infinite Warfare Weeks video, I thought there was going to be suit upgrades, and which there was. But when it came to the story, I was way off after seeing the reveal trailer. Like, I was way off what it was going to be about. And would I would have liked my prediction to come true? No. Looking back on it, I thought Infinite Warfare was better off with the story it came up with a more original story instead of aliens invading Earth and they have to go into space, travel across galaxies to defeat the aliens and planets as well. But overall, continuing what I thought Infinite Warfare you were just going to be following the typical Call of Duty where you're not in charge. But instead, Infinite Warfare took a new direction where you're in charge. Yes, you follow people in the beginning, but you lead the way after you become commander, acting commander with Nick Reyes in the game. When Infinite Warfare was being leaked and all these rumors come out, I knew we would be fighting on other planets, space stations, and going across space, which did happen, but it wasn't against aliens. However, I was right about there would be futuristic vehicles, robots.
Catch your breath, trooper.
Captain Koch, gun destroyed. Data retrieved. Initiating Raya.
How many did you come with?
We're it.
What about the airship we shot down?
My men need medical.
You care about your men? Care clouds judgment. That is why you cannot win. This place isn't yours anymore. Kill them. Save the bullets.
What is Raya? Unclear. Helmet cam stopped transmitting. It's been 18 hours, no contact. SetDef's made no demands.
Settlement Defense Front doesn't make demands.
Some of the stuff I'm saying I didn't say in my video, but I kept it to myself. But one thing I kind of predicted is that I knew we were gonna have spaceship dogfights where you had to get into a spaceship and actually fly it. It's one thing I kept to myself that came true.
Let's go get him, son.
To all available craft, the Retribution is in pursuit, but we are losing ground. We need to leave atmosphere now.
1-2, copy. Let's go get him. Retribution, this is the Eclipse. Trailing your starboard.
Scars, fold in. We're going upstairs.
SU-90 for horizontal thrust. All ahead full.
Go flight.
On this, Reyes?
Affirmative.
We got it coming! Let's get in there! Roger that! Stars, engage the next destroyer! 385 ammo.
I knew we would eventually have levels where you get out of your ship and you shoot in space, well, what's the word? With no gravity. One thing I didn't expect was the grappling hook, and I really enjoyed this, knocking people's helmets off, placing bombs on them. You couldn't do that if it was aliens taking off their... because it wouldn't make sense, because they live in space, so they wouldn't have helmets. I thought Specialists would come back, and I knew if it was going to be futuristic, they would have humans, robots, and I thought there was going to be Alien Specialists, where you have one side you play as humans, and one side you play as aliens.
Master of the macabre. For over 40 years, I directed the most terrifying, visceral, and bloody scenes ever committed to film. My contribution to horror is nothing short of genius. Before my retirement, people demanded to know my secret. How did I make it all look so real? If you really want to know how the sausage is made in a Willard Wyler picture, the recipe is simple. First, you add actors. Then, you start grinding.
Hello? Hey! Anybody here?
This is the place, right? I feel like we're being set up for some punk-ass reality show.
This is a Willard Wyler production. One time he held an audition on an abandoned steamship and then sunk it just for effect.
Wait, you mean with the actors on it?
Yeah, I was just getting in the character.
Willard Wyler?
You're late. Welcome. You've all been chosen to play a unique role in my return to the big screen, my killer comeback. But I'll warn you now, my methods tend to be a little extreme.
Is he kidding?
I expect my actors to give it their all. Their blood, their bodies, everything to the performance. Thus, it is imperative we set the mood to ensure each of you fully commits to your character. What you're about to become a part of is a culmination of my life's work, the crowning achievement of my career. The first scene is set in the 1980s. I call it Zombies in Spaceland. Hang on to your seats.
He is so not kidding.
Forget what I said!
I say, get me the hell out of here!
Hey, what's with the Letterman jacket?
And the bling!
It appears our wardrobes reflect the parts we're auditioning for. And clearly, I'm the nerd.
Ugh, you've got to be kidding me.
He shoots! He scores!
Yuck! Gag me.
Totally epic!
Woo! Now that's how we drop the mic. Yay!
For a side mode before they revealed it was going to be zombies, I thought they were going to bring back Extinction and have maps on Earth, some maps on the moon or space stations, but I was dead wrong. Dead wrong. Which I kept to myself with my predictions. What I thought they were going to do, if they were going to do aliens that speak and shoot and have their own weapons, I thought they were going to do a Spec Ops type mode, but with aliens set in space, Earth, other planets, space stations. Overall, the zombies were pretty good. silly at times, but some with a serious role. The story was good for zombies, but I kind of wish they just chose aliens for the entire thing. Like, what if I would have been in charge? I would have had Extinction, and I would have had a Spec Ops mode that's futuristic. Oh wow. I'm not sure they finally did add aliens for a survival mode, but it was pretty nostalgic to bring back those aliens. Like, it was pretty cool for the final DLC. I really give Infinity Ward credit for that. That was a really good thing. Another thing I kept to myself is I thought the movement was going to be very different. I thought Infinity Wards was going to be, with their boost jumping for multiplayer, was going to be different. When Sledgehammer did exosuits, Treyarch did thrust jumping. When I was hearing Infinite Warfare was getting leaked and all that. Before I found out there was wall running, I was thinking maybe wall running could come back, which it did. Which I didn't predict. That I thought Infinity Ward was going to do rocket boots instead of jetpacks, which I think would have been strange. But overall, I like thrust jumping way better than boost jumping. Not a big fan of the wall running, but overall, so in conclusion, a couple of my predictions and thoughts when I thought Infinite Warfare was going to be came true. Am I glad there was no alien campaign? Yes, I think the campaign is way more original for what they came up with. So, yeah, so this is what I thought. The first ever one. There will be more of what I saw it coming out.